keeps us strong. In the red room, stories unwind. Jen and Juice got that open mind. Hearts connect at 10:30. Every Saturday once again. Laughter's bright and tears are real. Nothing here we gotta conceal. Safe and sound right on this stage. Flip the script, turn the page. Red room talk, it's where we'll be. Sharing dreams and memories. Laugh and cry all night long. Gin and juice keeps us strong. No topics too wild, too taboo. In this space, we break right through. With every word, a bond we form. Warm like the sun after a storm. So take a seat, join the chatter. In this place, nothing else matters. Feel the vibe.
You're on the show. Go ahead and hit the plus sign now. Let's see those juice boxes, y'all.
Red room, love will grow. Red room talk, it's where we'll be. Sharing dreams and memories. Laugh and cry all night long. Gin and juice keeps us strong.
Hit the plus sign if you're on the show, or if you are a guy and want to jump in, go ahead and hit the plus. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Red Room Talk. You guys can find us here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am your host, Jen. The Red Room Talk is a show about love, intimacy, and interpersonal relationships, including self, to erase different social stigmas. We are here to have candid discussions and cut through those stigmas to show that in the end, no matter your background, we all have commonalities when it comes to the matters of the mind and the heart. Nothing is off the table in the Red Room Talk. Last episode, if you missed us, that's okay. You can find us on YouTube by clicking that link in my profile and subscribing. Last episode, we talked about love versus lust, but this week we're going to get into the male psyche with the topic mansplaining. Men explaining things women want to know and need to know. We have an all-star cast, y'all. We have my co-host, CJ. We have my 20 Mick Twinnerton and friend, King of Diamonds, and we have Tag Durit jumping in as well. So let's find out how the panel feels about the men's psyche. Please stick around till the very end. We need the audience's help later in the show, y'all, so do not go anywhere. Before we get started, all that I ask is you keep your mind open and your language clean. First things first, I'm going to let you guys jump in the box to introduce yourself, and then we will get started. And of course, he's not here. This is just great. Well, oh, hold on. My bad. Hold on. Click it again. Click it again. Say something so I know if I can hear you. Do y'all hear him?
Yo, what up, everybody?
Why can I not hear it?
You can't hear me?
Hold on.
Yo, yo.
Hold on, y'all. Alright, I'll just have to splice these together. Well, hello, gentlemen. How's you guys' night going?
Going well.
We are back, y'all, here with the Red Room Talk, y'all. I know it's been a while. But hold on, we got one more coming to the box. Alright. Normally I would say ladies first, but there's no ladies. So it's just me. So go ahead, King, you go ahead and introduce yourself, and then I'll go ahead to tag you, and then we'll let my wonderful co-host introduce himself last.
Most definitely, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. If you don't know me, my name is King of Diamonds. You can call me Kingy KOD. I got a lot of different stuff going on. Longest running music showcase show featured by the Tag app every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, man, if you do content, you look at the collab on any content, or you need help for mentorship, anything that you want to do on the app, man, I'm there. You know, I got your back. All right. Tap in with me, hit all the social media icons with a follow, fave, or subscription. That's all I got.
All right, go ahead and introduce yourself, Tag.
If you don't know, now you know. It's your boy Tag here, straight from Chicago, Illinois. Salute to the live. Salute to everybody that's saying I'm out right now. But I just had to tap in with the live and the guys in the chat. Shout out to Kingy. Shout out to DJ, CJ, Slap Guy. Y'all know what's going on. And the rest of the chat. I'm in.
All right, CJ, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Everybody know who I am because I'm always here attached to Gene. So, DJ, CJ, Slap Guy. Appreciate both of my brothers that's in the box. We want to spread positivity and encouragement. We want to educate all the things that we do here in Jen's Live. This is not to discriminate against anybody else. We all here to learn, to teach each other, learn from each other, and grow. So, yeah.
And we saved the best for last. Oh, no, my bad. I am Jen and Juice. I am the host of this show right here, right now. You guys can catch me every Saturday. Got to say it that way, or it does not count. Every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you guys do not catch me here, I do have another show that's coming soon. It's actually called Murder and Makeup. It'll be on Monday nights. For all you ladies who like to do makeup, and for all of you who are true crime story lovers, you guys will be able to tap in on Monday nights to see me do different makeup looks. Definitely tap in for the Halloween season because we're going to have some things just for Halloween. So make sure y'all tap in. And then we have another few other things in the mix. And then y'all catch me very late nights into very early mornings. They kind of collide sometimes. So make sure y'all tap in. But what we are here for is to talk about the male psyche and to educate some of you women and the rest of you who want to know how men think. So understanding what it means to be a man in today's world is a complex and multifaceted question that touches on societal expectations, personal identity, and evolving norms. It involves examining how traditional roles are being challenged and redefined, and how individual experiences shape perceptions of masculinity. Additionally, there are nuanced aspects of the male experience that may not always be immediately visible or acknowledged, particularly from perspectives that are often underrepresented. Reflecting on these dimensions can lead to a deeper appreciation of the diverse realities men navigate daily. So the first question is, first, how do you define what it means to be a man in today's world? And from your perspective, what are things women often overlook about the male experience? So first, how do you define what it means to be a man in today's world?
What does it mean to be a man in today's world? Well, I would say what it means to be a man in today's world is what has always been in this world, as far as when we talk about the modern world, is understanding that you are disposable as a man, and that uh, you are expected to take on burdens that are your own, and the world owes you no explanation, and the world owes you nothing. You know what I mean? And that is, kind of the psyche of men, as far as what has always been in today, or whatever. What was the other
And
half
then
of
the
that?
second part is from your perspective, what are things that women often overlook about the male experience?
Uh, I think most definitely women overlook. Uh, I think they overlook the treatment of men, and what I mean by the treatment is that disposability that I was talking about that men have to accept, being a man in this world or whatever. I think that women most definitely overwhelmingly overlook um, the sacrifices of men in society that have made it comfortable for everybody around here, not just women and children, but for other men too, or whatever. I think they overlook all of the sacrifices and all that, or whatever. Most women do that, or whatever. Not all, but most.
Okay.
I agree with that. Um, I'm trying to think. Is there echo for me?
Sounds kind of like a ultrasound, but it's
Yeah.
okay. It's just a little bit.
Like the butcher sign. Let's go.
Oh, okay. Um, yeah, it did sound like an ultrasound. I'm gonna say, can you repeat that question one more time so that way I
Okay.
can. Just the first part.
So,
I
how do
got the
you
last part.
define what it means to be a man in today's world?
Okay. Um, to be honest, I would have to say, if you're gonna go modern day time, I would agree with what KOD said, most definitely. And I guess you could have also have to go off the perspective of when a person was born. They could be taught, the old way considered, which would be for me. My mom and father were a partner, so they learned how to treat a man from that era. That's how I learned. And then you have this new style age that man supposed to do it all. So it just depends on which generation you grew up in, how you were taught, and you know just looking from that perspective.
And then, so the second part was from your perspective, what are things women often overlook about the male experience?
Um, that at the end of the day, we are both human, man or woman, and men don't have may not have emotions the same amount or as strong as a female, but men still have emotion. Like I know a lot of that goes back to the perspective of how are men viewed depending on which generation you grew up in. If you're supposed to be tough all the time, or just supposed to take it on the chin and keep going, don't cry, don't show no type of emotion. But just being able to express that, being able to express emotion to a woman and not feel, I'm trying to think of the right word to say, but not feeling vulnerable around them, being able to express that. So,
All right, Tag. How do you define what means to be a man in today's world?
For me to define a man is a it's different, many facets in that question. That's an open end question, but for me, fatherhood would be one of the major steps to being a man. Outside of that's what I've experienced outside of like the normal things that you got to pay your bills and you have to live your life, but just fatherhood that that really turned me into the man that I know I should be, like seriously. And then I think it just depends on the household you was raised in, because I was raised around my father, so I always wanted to be like when it's my turn. Now that it's my turn, that just made me like like Superman, like for real, for real. And your second question was
What are things women often overlook about the male
The
experience?
nurture, the nurturing factor of men, especially a black man. No, that's good. That's good. Especially a black man, like in society, like they forget that we also are nurturers. Even in even in a time of need, a man has a nurturing heart. But because society has made us believe that, or normalized that men shouldn't be in that role or a role, then we forget that men are nurturers also. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm out. Can y'all
You're
just
all right.
give me?
You're all right. Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
It's a good answer.
I like that answer. I think that something as women as because men are always looked at as uh, the strong one, and so I think often women overlook the fact that you do hold emotion, whether it's even though you're more logical thinkers that you do still hold emotion, and so it's important for women to hold a safe space for men as well. I think that's something that often gets pushed aside. Like I can tell you from even watching my brother raise his son, and I remember it's very different from watching my niece being raised because I remember him falling one time and he's like, you're a big boy, get up. And I had to tell him, like, no, he's a boy, but he still holds emotion. So allow him to have that space to still express emotion, because it's very different, raising a little boy, from raising a little girl because even though, yes, he's a boy and he's got to, you're telling a little boy from a young age he's got to be a man, but he still you got to hold space for that emotion as well. Um, the whole men shouldn't cry thing is, yeah, because in all actuality, whether you're man or woman, showing emotion is actually strength. It's not a weakness.
Yeah. It just depends on how you display it
Mm-hmm.
in that
I
manner.
mean, I will say this though, like
Mm-hmm.
men are just kind of more prone, like to be raised to be more internal. Women are raised and society breeds women to be more external, right? You just let it out. That's gonna make you feel better. That doesn't the same things don't work for us, right?
Right.
So and what I mean, and the world doesn't react to us the same way. You see a man walking down the street crying, nobody's gonna be like nobody is gonna say, "Oh my God, sir, what's wrong with you? Are you okay?" You see a woman walking down the street crying, nobody knows her. Somebody's gonna say, "Ma'am, are you okay?" You see what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So we're different, right? So I mean, I totally get the thing as far as you don't want to be hard on little boys all of the time, and there's a
Yeah.
certain time for the majority of I think boys, learn at an early age that hey, you might not make the team, you might not get the girl, you might not be prom king or whatever, and these are the type of things that like sculpt the men to be men. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
To piggyback on that, I think society has normalized a lot of bad habits, and so the community. When I say the community, the community of the world, we just taking on bad habits, and we just normalizing certain roles and certain like a man shouldn't cry. That's not normal. A man he can cry. Why can't he cry? Man should be able to let out whatever he like King was saying. He should be able to be external. But because society has since the beginning of time normalized man being internal and say, hey, don't cry. Hey, toughen it up. Hey, the main one is figure it out. You gonna figure it out. You'll figure it out. You gonna get that. You'll figure it out. But as Kingy said, and I've heard other men say in the past and different topics of conversation like this, we got to stick it out. We nobody's gonna be like, hey young man, are you all right? They gonna be like, he crazy.
right.
He walking down and he got to deal with that. A woman, something must have happened to her. Pull over, stop. So it's like society, the community has just normalized bad habits, and then that breaks a person down mentally. You know what I'm saying? Because now he don't have nobody he can talk to. He
Mm-hmm.
doesn't. He don't want to release. He don't want to release the tension and the stress that's going on because he had to keep it internal, and that's not really normal. Like that make a person snap. Like you don't have an outlet, what you gonna do? You gonna blow up? But I mean, I like this. I like this topic. I appreciate you for having me here, Jan.
Can I piggyback off that?
Sure.
So, I just thought about something. So, both of y'all right. To the point, even going back even farther back in the day, and I thought about something. My dad was born in '68, and my mom passed about maybe 4 or 5 years now ago, and I only saw my father cry 2 times, and one was when he lost his mother, and one when he lost his brother. And the last, actually, a total of 3 times. When my mother passed, it was hysterical cry. But it shows over that whole period of time, my dad is now 68, or about to be 68, I'm sorry. And he has cried more after all of this has happened to him. And now I think because of seeing that and growing up, I only used to confide to my mother. So since my mom is not here no more, I kept a lot of things in. But after seeing, watching my dad and what he's went through and the life changes he's had to go through, that point of him being taught, he ain't supposed to cry, he's supposed to provide for his brothers and his sisters. And then when he got married, married my mom and then me. So looking at that, it kind of pushed me to the point of saying, why can't I cry in front of other people, whether it be a man or a woman? You got to be open. So the world has put that stigma on man, even from back in the day, to be tough, don't cry. And it's crazy that it still goes on today to an extent. So being able to be open and vulnerable to so-called, life partners or a wife, a girlfriend, a best friend, all of that should be open for men. And that's what helps with mental health. Yeah, that's what I was getting to. Mental health is real, because if you don't expose that pain that you're going through, man, you could release that out on somebody that you truly love and forever hurt them. So it's extremely, extremely important to have, even if you don't have a group, maybe 1 or 2 people that you can call as a man and be able to express that without having any type of judgment on you. It makes a world of difference.
Well, if y'all are just pulling up, that's okay. We have so much more to come, y'all. You guys can find us every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Red Room Talk, y'all. We just discussed how do you define what it means to be a man in today's world, and from your perspective, what are things women often overlook about the male experience. But now I want to dig a little more into the male perspective. Sometimes it's the simplest, most unassuming actions that catch me off guard and leave me utterly captivated. These small, everyday moments, often unnoticed by others, have a way of revealing a secret side that I find incredibly alluring. It's fascinating how something so seemingly innocent can hold an unexpected power over my emotions, making me feel both surprised and deeply drawn in. So as a woman, attraction is different for a man. But with that being said, my question is, what seemingly normal or innocent thing does your lady do, or ladies do, that secretly turn you on or melt you like a puddle?
Me.
Now you're raising his hand.
In the back of the class.
Pick me. She wears red lipstick. Red. Mute me, please. Red.
He about to say something real nasty.
I see what you did there.
Type of for me, let me say, just knowing that I'm always the first person that, she gonna call when anything going. She ain't calling nobody else but me. And it always just like, what they do? I'm on the way right now. They just, it just gives me every time. What up? Shout out to my lady for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm pulling up. Where you at? You hungry? Oh man, look, you hungry? Oh yeah.
It could be 4 a.m. I'm gonna make you whatever it is you want. Yeah.
I don't know about that. That's her job, but I digress.
No, I'm saying for him.
Oh, for him, yeah. Okay, I was gonna say. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I'm gonna look, if if I'm expecting to be a little old fashioned, she need to be a little old fashioned too.
Yeah.
Nah, he toxic.
Hey, it is what it is.
Everybody got a little toxicity.
Hey,
it just depends on what kind it is.
small doses. It's good in doses, Lord.
No, because you know what? Because the thing is, right? I think, like a lot of times, like let's just be totally honest. Women are attracted to that from men, right? They want to call it toxic or just it is what it is. That's what women are attracted to, and just like my mindset is, if what's required of men is still what was required of men in 1954, and we in 2025. 1955, we in 2025, right? So I'm still, as men, we gotta have our little requirements too, right?
Facts.
She gotta set the bar too, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, because something's got to set them apart for either a potential partner or a future partner. If you're already together, you got to set yourself apart, because let's be honest, a man is the one who chooses you as his wife.
Facts. I went back and forth with two thoughts on this, so I'm gonna choose the latter. So mine is a little, I won't say it's odd, but being able to walk around my house and knowing the state of mind for my for my partner is in a happy state, and at any drop of a second I could just go up to the bed, hey, let's go and do this. Okay, let's go. So I'll always be willing to ride. That's what I'm trying to get to. Always be willing to ride in more than one ways. Caught y'all.
I did the bell, Kingy. Ding. Dang it, damn. Dang.
I like it.
You got something else to say, Tag? I know we do.
You know we do.
But she making residual income, that turns me on. It's like
Got that residual.
He said the residuals.
It's
okay.
a achacha. It's a achacha. Mute me, y'all.
He ain't nothing, Lord. I don't know. It's definitely different. I like hearing you guys say that. It's kind of, I like hearing it, because as women, we often question what are the little things that you guys will look at us and be like, dang, I just really adore her. For me, it might be, as a woman, it might just be as simple as, when you ride in the car and he put that hand on your thigh while he driving. That's gonna get me every time. I'm like, okay, baby, I'm ready. Okay. But anyways, it's those little simple things for us, okay? But y'all, when you hear that sound, it means we are at our hot seat question segment. Our hot seat question is left up to the fate of the audience. That's right. I went to Instagram to ask our peers what they wanted to ask for this week's hot seat question, and the only answers I got were, are you single? Yes, I am, and quit doing that. If you want your question to be featured on next week's episode, please make sure y'all go click my profile, follow me on Instagram, and look out for that hot seat question post, and ask a question that is actually in conjunction to the topic of the show for the week, Lord. Anyways, now is the time to enter in the comments who on the panel you want to answer tonight's question before I reveal it. Go ahead and enter in the comments now.
Oh, green eyes.
He said me.
He said me.
Super tag in the comments.
Oh, we got King, we got a Tag, we got a me. Y'all, I know you guys are awake out there. Okay, we got okay.
That's the question, be now.
Well, it is unanimous. Tag Urine gets this week's hot seat question, y'all. So So this week, because y'all don't know how to ask anything other than am I single, which I'm going to reiterate, yes, I am. So I wrote in this week's hot seat question. See how we did that? We did that right now. Clock it. So this week's hot seat question is, listen, he gonna get a little, see, I already know he gonna get, yeah, okay. What is the most ridiculous or embarrassing thing you have done to try to impress a woman, and what did it teach you about being authentic? So, I'm going to repeat it again for all of y'all in the cheap seats. What is the most ridiculous or embarrassing thing that you've done trying to impress a woman, and what did it teach you about being authentic?
That is a tough one. I don't know. I'm kind of close to that one. I would just probably be like, see, I'm in Chicago. These women here are different, so it's you don't really get to like you gotta like you. She gotta be tough. You don't really get like those soft moments. Not for real, for real. So I never really been vulnerable. I could just say I opened my heart, but it didn't make me feel no way. It didn't make me. I never lamed out. I never did no lame. No lame. Can I cuss on it?
No.
I never did. I never did no simp stuff. So I don't know. Like I can't. Like if I bought a girl a card or if I bought her something, I just bought her something. My mother just taught me if you're gonna do something for her, do something for her. Like don't do stuff with intention. So I never like try. That's like goofy to me. Like so like the circle I'm in, I can't really answer that question. I don't think no man in here should answer that question, even if you're not like a goofy. Like just don't answer that because that's kind of that's like sucker stuff. Like
I mean, I got you. I can answer. I can answer. I can answer in a way where it ain't gonna kind of be like not like where you going with it. I totally get what you said. But let me see. I was probably like 15, and I really wanted this girl. I probably was like 14. And man, they were having this like it was a talent show, right? And I ended up singing a song, and I can't, really sing. I sung a song to this girl, whatever, and all of the girls was feeling me after that, except the girl who I wanted. She clowned the crap out of me, and I was so embarrassed. You feel me? But all of the girls wanted me because they was like, "Oh, they're so cute." But the girl who I wanted clowned me in front of everybody. Yep. So yeah, it was embarrassing, but yeah, that's what it was. You feel me?
Oh.
And I knew from that point on that I would never ever, and I never had to do that actually, But yeah, yeah, I never did put myself in that position again in life.
That's crazy.
so you sing to a woman, man. See, that wasn't no sucker stuff. That was a good example. I appreciate you for sharing that.
He was looking at it like it was some sucker stuff, and then it was how some certain dude. Since she reacted the way she reacted, it was certain people that clown me, but the majority of women was feeling it, right? Because yeah, you know how they used to.
I would have been like, gang, going after what he want. Yeah, like, oh. Right. When you said, I'm like, oh, that ain't something.
Right, straight up song.
But I get where you going, Jan.
So, for me, as a female, I'm not gonna lie, I've done some dumb stuff even for dudes. I was trying to learn how to do brakes because this guy was a car guy. Okay, so I learned how to change my oil. And then I tried to learn how to do brakes, and I pinched my finger, and I was like, never mind, mess this stuff. I don't want to do it no more. I done hurt myself. And I was trying to impress him so bad, I swear. And then listen, so the first time we met, like in person, right? Because we had met online. It was like back in the MySpace days, from MySpace to my place. But anyways, I shook his hand. So recently I got back into the dating scene, right? And I was telling him about the whole situation. He's like, please don't shake his hand. And I was so embarrassed because that ruined me for our entire friendship because I friend zoned myself from that day forward. So girls do it too.
Hey,
We
how
do
you
it
doing?
too.
I'm Gin and Juice.
I didn't know
By
what
the
I was
way,
nervous. I just shook his hand like, oh, I knew I messed up right then and there.
She said, "Hey, how you doing?"
I did. I messed up so bad.
I
What'd you
got
do?
one. I was in high school. I think it was either 10th or 11th grade, and I was playing basketball, and I was on the team, and I was on varsity ninth grade all the way up until the end of high school. So this was either 10th or 11th grade. There was a girl that transferred from another school, and I think she had been there like 2 weeks, and my homies was talking about her so much, and I was like, "Oh, who's this girl?" And then finally I got to see her. I was like, "Damn!" And my dumb ass went up to her. It was like, "Next game I play, I'm gonna drop 20 just for you." So I didn't give a fuck about the team. I was just trying to drop 20. And my ass did drop 20. And I got the attention. It was crazy is I got the attention of a couple other females, but not her. Just like KOD. Girl didn't even look at me. She ended up hollering at my homie, who was literally like my best friend since like fourth grade. And I was like, bro, what the fuck? I'm like, what in the world? Like, what in the world happened? So that's the only thing that I ever did. But after that, shoot, the following year, I think that was like I said, it's 10th, 11th grade. That following year, shoot, I had got scholarships, scholarship offers. I wouldn't even worry about her no more. We good. I don't want to go to college and hoop. We ain't about to worry about you. But yeah, I never did that again. That was dumb. That was dumb
That
as
just goes show like even men can get soft for somebody they really like or they really feel it. Just it ain't just women. But I thoroughly regretted the handshake thing because that I never shook another man's hand again. But anyway, if y'all are just pulling up, that's okay. You are late, but you guys haven't missed much. We still have a lot more to discuss. You guys can find us every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Red Room Talk. We just discussed how do you define what it means to be a man in today's world. And from your perspective, what are things women often overlook about the male experience? What seemingly normal, innocent thing does your lady do that secretly turns you on or melts you into a puddle? And then we had the hot seat question. And if you missed it, that's your fault. But you guys, let's find out more about what women want to know. Many people have wondered about habits and routines that lead to spending extended periods of time in the bathroom. It's a space where various activities ranging from basic hygiene to moments of relaxation. I know, I did that. Can take more time than expected. The question often arises from curiosity or shared experiences, prompting discussions about what might be happening during those lengthy visits. So, ladies, and myself want to know, what the hell do y'all really be doing in the bathroom that long? Yes, I said what the hell. What in the hell do y'all really be doing in the bathroom that long? I know your left leg is numb, your right toe. I want to know, what do y'all really be doing in the bathroom that dang long?
I'm on my phone for like 40 minutes sitting on the toilet. It's really called shit, shower, shave. So you gotta do all your stuff on the phone, take a shit, then you know what I'm saying, shower, then you get out and do all your other stuff. So the guy, he might be in there like we not in the mirror looking at ourselves and like doing facials and shit. We in that motherfucker on the phone, checking messages, looking at emails, whatever we doing. But see women, y'all be in and out of the bathroom 16 times, going back and forth, brushing your teeth, going in there, coming back, putting deodorant on, going back, getting the Q-tip, going back, shaving your eyebrows. Y'all doing all of that. Dudes don't do that. We just sit in one spot for like an hour, chill. Then we gone. After we out, we out. That's me. That's my time in the morning. I'm not going to the bathroom no more to lay down or something. Other than that, for real, seriously. If a dude just keep going in and out the bathroom, like, what is he looking for?
He doing
Toilet
something.
paper.
He ended up trying to see if his pants look nice on him or something. Like,
That's crazy.
what's going?
That's crazy.
That's what y'all be doing. Y'all be checking for everything.
Nah,
Some guys, I don't think we be too much caring about if our eyebrows are straight or like if we got boogers in our nose. We don't care. Like, we in and out. Y'all could be in there longer than that, doing nothing. We just be really, you know, you know, everybody get drifted in their phone. As soon as you get on Instagram, you be on there for like 30 minutes. Then you go on Twitter, you go on X, you be on there for another 15. You don't go on Snapchat. Ooh.
done.
Snapchat 45. You in there, you just looking at reels for nothing. Like, you looked up, you done looked at 17 reels. You look for the new upcoming movie.
Right, you all in the comment section and everything.
It's everything going on. Like, then you done Facebook is last. You go on Facebook last. Like, let me see what my auntie them doing. So it's we just be on our phone. That's the only time we can really be on our phone for real. Well, we in the back. I'm gonna tap out. What y'all be doing in there?
I got my top 3 because mine is the same exact way. TikTok, then I get on day trading, and then I get on Instagram, and then the rest of the time I'm listening to new music to set up for DJ and sets that I got coming up. So that's about it. If anything, you gonna hear nothing but a whole bunch of different music. You can hear Luther Vandross, and then the next minute you can hear fucking Nickelback. So yeah, so it is what it is. You hear Evanescence, and then you might hear Lil Baby. So yeah.
Y'all know that left leg is numb, okay? You know that left leg is numb.
Cold foot. You over here stomping like Kirk Franklin, trying to get it back away.
Oh, that's funny. Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna say, so the thing with men, it might be I say it's sanctuary, right? And what I mean by that is just like, um, you're in there with the door closed, you take care of your business, or you not take care of your business, you done. But it's more so that alone time where you get to just say if like as far as men with families and stuff like that, or if it's just you and your girl, if you're out in the on the couch, you're not gonna get that same alone time space to be able to, navigate through social media and do all those same things, or like CJ said, check on your music and actually get some stuff done. I'm on a lot of times. I'm doing everything. I'm social media. I'm writing in notes. I might, have a spur idea, something, think of something, just to jot down or whatever. But and me kind of like I said, religiously use that space as sanctuary, just to kind of get free from everywhere and everybody. Just for a brief moment, if it's 30 minutes, an hour, however long. If you in there 2 hours, something wrong with you. You need to, yeah, you need to go. You need to go to the doctor or something.
You doing something else. You ain't got no business doing.
Either
so
go.
is it just kind of your way to get away from us, so y'all can look at your phone in peace? Is that what it is?
I mean, not to do.
Not
like you're hiding anything, but like, dang, I could just do what I want with in this moment and just be.
Yeah, I mean, even if you, yeah, right, yeah, that too. But I mean, even if you weren't there and he was there by himself, I think men still do it anyway.
Facts.
Y'all take forever. I thought women took forever, but Lord,
it's 1 hour though. One whole hour to get everything done. Like, we ain't going back in there. The only time I'm gonna go back to the bathroom is if I got a number one or number two. So yeah, that's it. Or if I need to go shower because I just went to the gym, or I went did a 4 or 5 mile run, like, then I'm gonna go to the shower. That's permissible. But I'm not about to go in there and shave my face and fix my hair and all that throughout the whole day. I'm gonna go in there one time, do everything,
Right.
and then move on. Shoot, if I gotta answer an email, give me time to answer my emails to put down in my head, like, how should I respond to these? Contemplate, pray. Shoot, I pray in there, pray in the shower. So
That part, yeah. Yeah. That's what I can say it is. I mean, men do a lot of running around. It's the only time, literally, that you're sitting down, and while you sit down, we like to take advantage of that time or whatever, even if it's just to, scroll social media.
I would even say to the extent we possibly, maybe not, we do it 2 times, but not as long as the initial. The maybe when you come home from work, or you're done for the day, you in the house, you ain't going back at, you take that time to spend to yourself. At that point, it's probably like 30 to 45 minutes, or maybe a little less, depending on what you're doing. But yeah, prepare yourself for the next day. Or how does one guy say on Instagram? He say, prepare yourself for 4 a.m. That's how he prepare himself.
Well, if y'all are just pulling up, that's okay. Actually, no, it's not. Y'all real late. It's almost over. But anyways, you guys can find us every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Red Room Talk. You guys have not missed it all. So we just discussed how do you define what it means to be a man in today's world. And then from your perspective, what are things women overlook about the male experience? What seemingly normal, innocent thing does your lady do that secretly turns you on or melts your heart? And what do y'all really be doing in the bathroom that damn long? But now I want to know something a little more specific or Pacific, depending who you are. But anyway, reflecting on moments... Pacific. Reflecting on moments of genuine understanding often brings to mind instances where words seemed insufficient, yet a sense of connection was unmistakably present. These experiences stand out because they transcend typical interactions, fostering a feeling of being truly seen and heard in a way that is both rare and profound. Such moments can leave a lasting impression, highlighting the unique ways in which meaningful communication and empathy can manifest between individuals. So I want to get a little more in depth about your personal experience. So the question is, can you share a moment when you felt truly understood by a woman and what made that experience different from others?
When I truly felt understood by a woman?
Even if it was just a fleeting moment or a moment or a conversation or...
I could tell you, but you're probably not going to like it.
Say it. Never?
When she was like, you know what? I do understand. You do love me. It was just sex with her, huh? But you do love me. And I was like, we get married. And that was it.
Hey, I asked the question. You give the answers.
I don't know. That's all I got.
He said that's all I got.
Tag,
man.
You can get back in.
There's a couple of different ones, but probably one that most stood out to me. It was probably around the time that my mother passed, and the woman that I was with at the time really didn't understand. But I had a friend, and when I say a friend, I mean a real deal friend. We ain't do nothing. She truly understood where I was coming from with everything that had been going on. So I probably have to say that was the instance when I could say a woman actually understood me. And I still talk to him to this day, which is very rare. So, yeah, because at the same time, my son was born 2 months after my mom passed, so it hurt. It was like a double wall. So that hit real big, which was crazy because the person that you are with didn't really understand nothing. And then not to say that they was a bad person, they just, what you thought that they understood, they didn't understand. So the other person that did, who may have, I won't say they experienced the same thing, but had a better, broader, open mind, and they were able to understand my thought process at that time because of what I was going through.
It probably helps too, because I think like when you're in the same household, I think emotions can cloud, cloud thoughts and stuff, or and understanding. And when you're not as close, you have like a better look because you're kind of standing outside of the, watching from the outside in. I think can help also get better perspectives, and that's why often. And I know I've heard this even from men, like, why can you go to Kingy, but you can't come to me? Well, because Kingy ain't got the emotions behind it that you do. Talking to your friends is different than talking to your partner because they have a different perspective. They don't have the emotional connection to you that your partner does for them to be able to be objective in certain situations, and especially because they know you. Most likely longer than your partner has.
Yeah, I would agree with that because to an extent, if you think about it, that's why some people go to a therapist. If you're with someone, you go to a therapist because that person is able to see from the outside what you have going on because they have no emotion attached to it. Or even just a friend. A friend is not involved with your everyday, day-to-day life that you have with this other person. So by them viewing it from another side, I'm not saying that you would gravitate to that person, but just being able to talk to them. So, or just being able to be open and share that thought. And then that's where the understanding comes from as far as for man related in this situation. But it can work both ways. I will say.
Yeah. Because there's often time that I might not want to go to my partner and I want to talk to my friend because I might be, either passing too deep a judgment on my partner or, I want to get the male perspective. So to get it from a male friend instead of, it's kind of so you can come to your partner maybe in a softer manner than you do, Cause sometimes you're like when you have high emotions when it comes to your to your significant other, you want to make sure that you can come to them, unobjectively, and to hear it coming from another man. It's not that you look at that man as more important than your partner, but you want to be able to come to your partner in a more healthy manner than you would if you went with high emotions. You know what I'm saying? So hearing it out of someone else's mouth that doesn't have those emotions connected can often help, you have better communication with your partner too. That's just my opinion. But anyways, you got anything else you want to say? Okay. If y'all are just pulling up, you're late, okay? We got about 7 more minutes, okay? But you guys have not missed everything. We still have one more question. But you guys can find us here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Red Room Talk. We just discussed how do you define what it means to be a man in today's world, what are things women often overlook about the male experience, and what seemingly normal, innocent thing does your lady do that secretly turns you on or melts you into a puddle? What y'all really be doing in the bathroom that damn long? Yes, I said that damn long. And can you share a moment when you felt truly understood by a woman, although I knew that was going to be a tough one, and what made that experience different from others? And on to the next thing. While many elements can influence the depth and closeness of interpersonal relationships, certain universal dynamics often shape how men and women connect with one another. These factors, which can include both societal influences and personal communication styles, often operate beneath the surface. Yet they can significantly impact how individuals perceive and respond to each other's emotional expressions. Navigating these complexities requires patience, self-awareness, and willingness to explore perspectives that may differ from one's own. Approaching these dynamics with an open mind can lead to a more profound and authentic connection. So the last question is, what do you think is the most almost off of the lift,
Espanol.
What do you think is the most significant barrier to authentic emotional connection between men and women? And then what advice would you give to women who want to better understand the men in their lives and build stronger connections? So go ahead with that first part. And what do you think is the most significant barrier to authentic emotional connection between men and women?
What's the most authentic barrier?
What's the most significant barrier to authentic emotional connection between men and women?
Well, I think it's gonna most definitely be communication. Uh, Understanding. That's what's gonna always bring you together. That communication and understanding one another, and knowing how you operate, knowing how each other operate. I should say. What was the second part of that?
And then the second part is, what advice would you give to women who want to better understand the men in their lives and build stronger connection?
Mm. Learn your man. I mean, actually learn him. Listen, and yeah, it don't take a lot of, because I think a lot of women, they want men to be like how women are, right? And men aren't just men. Like I said earlier, like men are internal, women are external. Him opening up and talking, men don't do all of that. You know what I mean? Us laying back, we chilling at the house. That's his safe space. When you're quiet, yeah, hush and pay attention. Give my that's usually typically men's love language. You know what I mean? And it's just simple as that.
I think often, and I can say this as a woman myself, a lot of times we're not listening to understand, we're listening to reply or to argue back.
Yep.
Because we have that emotion that's coming from, instead of just paying attention and listening, and often you'll tell us exactly what it is you need. Go ahead.
It's kind of loud in here with all the clanging.
It's okay.
Because I missed. Can you repeat it? What you said? I heard what you said. I want to respond, but I want to.
Okay, so what do you think is the most significant barrier to authentic emotional connection between men and women? And then what advice would you give women who want to better understand the men in their lives?
All right, I'm gonna answer it backwards.
Okay.
To first to understand your man better in this world, stay off of the internet. Stop trying to have an internet relationship. Like you seen this on TikTok, you seen how this girl doing on Instagram. You wanna do like you can't live their relationship. That's what they doing. So in learning your man, and if you do, and if you are one of those people that like be like, look at these relationship goals on internet. Look at Gucci Man and his girl. This is what they do. You got to be able to afford that type of lifestyle. So if you can afford that lifestyle, then go there. But if you're trying to build and be on some real relationship stuff, stop using the internet to determine what you want to do and what you want in your relationship with your partner. And the first question was, say it again.
The most significant barrier to authentic emotional connection between men and women.
Oh, right. I said it in the chat. I said sex. It's as simple as that. You gotta have a lot of sex. You have to have a lot of sex because not trying to be funny. Like somebody told me, one of my friends told me earlier, like you gotta word your stuff better. You too harsh. But I mean, like they dressed it up real nice, and I'm gonna come in with the home run. I heard them both say you gotta learn your man and know your man. To learn and know your man, you gotta have a lot of sex. You're not gonna know just thinking because you sexy that's sexy to him. That's not sexy. So it gotta be a lot of physical touch. It gotta be all the love language combined with sex, and then that's one of the authenticest ways that you're gonna. Because everybody just like, a woman can see a man and think he that, and then when she has sex with him, don't like it. don't like him. Like he's weak. I thought it was this. So now you just, you know what I'm saying. So you got that. You have to do that. You sometimes you have to over sexualize yourself to really figure out what the fuck what's going on. Like, for real, for real. I love to hear y'all. You can mute me if you want
God bless it.
Thank you. I was gonna say something.
Go ahead.
Tag is crazy that was your answer. Because I was gonna go to that because everything else makes the communication better, makes the open line better, makes being able to be honest about certain stuff. Like you truly get to learn, teach everything. Everything is done through that way. Because if it's not, then like you said, you can go have
You can say what you want to say.
Sex.
My box is gone.
okay, you can go have sex with a dude, and then like you said, find out well this ain't what I thought it would be. Now the rest of the emotions that man got or whatever else he got to offer, 9 times out of 10, unless it's money, they don't give a damn. And I'm not saying that for all women, but that's for most. They don't give a damn. Like if the sex ain't good, then what am I gonna
Emotions
benefit?
and none of
else?
that matters. I don't even want to know
Yeah,
anymore.
none of that shit matters at the end of the day. So going back to that, the second part to your question, repeat it one more time.
What advice would you give to women who want to better understand the men in their lives and build stronger connections?
Thank you, pretty ass.
Buy him car parts. I'm just playing. That's just me. Nah. In all honesty, like being able to share and this goes. I'm gonna put this in a nice way. This goes for a man or a woman. In order for things to work, we all know this word and compromise to a degree, and compromising, sharing in what she likes, sharing in what he likes, being able to do those things together and sharing in those both sides. I believe that you can also grow that way as well, being able to share that. And that also goes into other things as well. That leads back into the bedroom. That leads back into communication. That leads your communication style with the person, the way that you handle with them, the way that you talk to them, the way that you treat them. If y'all not gonna, if as long as y'all don't change each other and y'all can be 1,000%, because I don't say 100,000% authentic self, then it's gonna work out. It's gonna work out because at the end of the day, all the other stuff that you can do with the person, such as I like cars. She may not like cars, but she does it because she wants to be with me. She cares for me. She truly values what I value as myself on my own. But then vice versa, you got to do the same thing for her as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's how you can grow if you truly want to put that effort into it and progress forward. So.
Hey, because I could say I didn't really care for football until I started dating, and then men like football, so I got into football, so I could be like, yeah, go!
But then,
No,
but then you say that. So what if
No.
his homies got the same type of girls that got the same thought process as you?
Yeah.
Now you got a group of girls that you can get, and y'all can both. Man, we all hate football. Let's go into the kitchen and talk about something.
Yeah.
Look at that. Now you got your own set of friends that you see how that kind of works. It makes where your life, where I said back at the beginning, it makes your life peaceful. Being able to know that your other person that you are with is happy when you wake up and you walk by them and you ain't got to say nothing. You can just tell by their demeanor, by how they feel. You can do all it. So yeah, yours. Period. You ain't gotta define nothing else. Everything is defined at that point. You able to be like, hey babe, I'm gonna run to the store right quick. You want something? It ain't well. Nah, you ain't gotta do all that. Or and maybe not even ask. Just bring her back something. Because 9 times out of 10 she gonna ask you when you come back. If you have something for her already, then you ain't gotta worry about nothing.
Yep. Even if she
At
says
all.
she don't want to, still
You ain't gotta worry
bring her
about that. You just
favorite
hand it to her.
candy, her favorite drink, or something. We could be like, oh, we could be so happy.
You just hand it to her and you be like, here you go. Be
But I
like, damn,
think
I ain't even asked for that. I ain't gonna eat it now, but I'll eat it later.
definitely paying attention to the things he don't say. I think often, even the unspoken things, just pay attention. If I know, like, I'm gonna be honest, can I give y'all women a little bit of advice? And this is coming from a female. But I'm a gamer, okay? And when your man is on the game, he could be out fucking bitches, and instead he is playing the goddamn game. Leave him alone. He could be out fucking bitches, and he's playing the game. That is his time to chill. Let the man play the game. Let him play the game. I've seen so many women that be like, oh, he on that game. He could be out fucking other bitches, and he on the goddamn video game. Let him play that motherfucking game. Shut up. Damn, you fucking enough for all the bitches out here. Damn, just shut up.
This all I'm saying.
Let him play the game.
Just let me go to my garage so I can build on the car.
Because if he loses, he's going to want to win later, But anyways, if y'all are just pulling up, y'all, this has been the Red Room Talk. You guys can find us here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tonight's topic was mansplaining, the inside look on the male experience and burning questions that women had for men. You're definitely late, but do not fret. You guys can find us on YouTube, which I record all the episodes. I'm a little behind a few, so bear with me. But y'all can go find the old episodes on there and kind of catch up. And if you want to be on the show, I will be posting the calendars tomorrow so you guys can sign up to be on the show as well, because it keeps y'all honest. But I do always wrap up the show with a quote, kind of brings us to a place of healing. So this week's quote is, the true measure of a man is not in the strength he displays, but in the vulnerability he embraces. For in surrendering his armor, he discovers the depth of his humanity, y'all. This has been the Red Room Talk. And of course, as always, I'll let you guys go ahead and reintroduce yourself. Let us know what y'all got going on. I appreciate all you gentlemen, especially Tagdred. I do appreciate you jumping in last minute. I know you out eating and spending time with your family, so I do appreciate you for jumping in on the panel. And of course, I appreciate all three of y'all are some of my very best friends, so I do appreciate y'all coming in and giving us an inside look on the male perspective. So go ahead, Tagged, I'm gonna go ahead and let you reintroduce yourself first so you can jump out.
It's the #1 verse battler of all times on Tag app. When you look up there and see it, it's 91,785,000 wins all time. Going to be the first one with 100,000. I love it here. Also, Jen's dip.
God bless it, y'all.
That's hilarious.
So, how we supposed to follow?
Me a little bit. He likes me a little bit, Lord.
Right? How we supposed to follow it?
Yeah, how we supposed to follow it? But shout out to Jen. Shout out to the whole panel. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Most definitely, always a pleasure to be on the show. If you don't know me, my name's King of Diamonds. You can call me KOD, Kingy. I got a lot of stuff going on. If you rap or sing, make sure you tap in with me. You can even tap in with Jen to get on our show, Longest Running Music Showcase Show, featured by the app. All right. Well, yeah, that's all I got, man. All right, I'm going to holler at y'all. Jen, Twin, CJ, everybody. Peace. I'm finna go watch Gen V. Yeah, some people in here probably don't even know what that is, but it's
I know what you're talking about.
Not JEN, y'all. GEN. Okay, just so y'all know. But anyways, CJ.
Last but not least, DJ CJ. That's what Jen called me, but my stage name is DJ Slap God. Y'all can catch me in here predominantly here on Tag. I used to stream on Tag. Now I'm on TikTok. Come mess with me on TikTok. My TikTok name is @_SLABPACK Slapback. So 2 underscores, 1 at the beginning, 1 at the end. And yeah.
And of course, y'all, always saving the best for last. That's me, if y'all didn't know. But anyways, I am Jen and Juice. I am the host of this show right here, right now. Y'all can catch me every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If y'all want to sign up, please go follow me on Instagram. Y'all, we do have some awesome topics coming up. So make sure y'all sign up. I will let you guys know ahead of time what the topic will be a few days beforehand. So make sure y'all tap in on Instagram. I will be posting the calendars tomorrow, and I'll post a little snippet of tonight's show. But then I do have another show coming at you. It's called Murder and Makeup. It is, we'll be listening to true crime stories while we do our makeup. I know it's kind of feminine. Sorry, guys. But y'all can come see us transform And I'll be doing some awesome looks for Halloween. So make sure y'all hit me with that favorito like a burrito, not now, but right now. But let me go ahead and play a little ditty, no ditty, you know, and then I can end this shit out.
In the red room, stories unwind. Jen and Juice got that open mind.